now, chop 'em down like karate. I see none of you here can stop me. It's obvious, you too sloppy, cheap copy. I'm Rocky, leave his eyes all glossy, but in the end zone is where you can spot when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. I'm really out for blood this time.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Rams' second-year linebacker. He was terrific defensively last week with 11 tackles. It's the Rams and the Falcons, all that and more, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, I'd say it's a study in contrast. Young versus, well, let's say experienced.
And you are on point about that, because you definitely don't say old now. That won't gain you any points, but you're right. You got one guy who's still kind of figuring things out, still at that point where he's learning more with each game he plays. And then on the other side of the field, you've got a guy who's kind of seen it. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in Week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there, just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' second Super Bowl title. After the interception, here's Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Play action, Stafford. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The numbers a week ago for Kupp, 6 catches, 93 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. On 1st down, Stafford here. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Grady Jarrett in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's in.
Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. The Falcons had 0-1 of the year following the loss in the opener. And what doubly stings for them, CD, they lose week 1 at home, and now here on the road week 2. So it's certainly not a must-win, but boy, you hate to start the season with 2 straight losses.
Yeah, because you sort of feel like you're playing from behind right from the beginning, and that can really mess with your confidence. Plus, if you get to 0-2, here come the articles, here comes the sports talk shows, pointing out the small percentage of teams that make the playoffs after they begin a season 0-2.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. 4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. On the return, Carter. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive. On 1st down, here's Stroud. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Stroud now on 1st and 10. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And a short gain down to about the 33. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Stafford. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Arnold Ebiketie in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So, Charles, this, game number 2 in the NFL career of this rookie quarterback. His guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things. And they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Stroud on 3rd down now. Got his man. It's London. Touchdown. Drake London with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Stafford. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. To throw again on second down. Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Stafford looks to throw again. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Stafford. Complete. Jefferson the target. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. First and 10 right at the 20. To throw is Stafford. Robinson's got it. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Again, it's Stafford. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal.
Leads to second and goal.
They'll look to run with Akers. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Van Jefferson as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as head coach? I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Around set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now Akers to start the third quarter on the ground. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half. He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
Stafford's pass complete to Van Jefferson. A 7-yard pickup brings up second.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Stafford now to throw. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Throwing is Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he is going to have a Rams first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Stafford on first down. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. That one goes for 8 yards.
Here's one of the longest tenured members of the Super Bowl champs, Tyler Higbee, making the first down. 7th year as a starter for LA. Just a stable presence for the Rams at the tight end spot with a dash of dynamic plays along the way. One of those starters who may be overlooked, but a key part of why they won the Lombardi Trophy.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Stafford. Screen play set up for Williams. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Here's Stafford. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Seibert's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running to counter, Patterson. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Back-to-back catches here for Carter. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to the ground now. Patterson. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Stroud looking to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. And Stroud now to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Certainly some pressure here on Younghoe Koo. This will get the lead up to 7. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe more down the other defense. We'll see. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Now that'll be caught by Cup. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
Play action, Stafford. That's to the sideline and complete. A nifty job to make the catch, but the throw took him right out of bounds.
He's out of bounds.
Stafford on 3rd down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 6. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now Stafford and the Rams down by 2 touchdowns. 2:07 remaining. They'll have one play, maybe two, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford. Open man right side is Cup, complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Falcons, and now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. Now the rookie 5th-round pick. This is Tyler Algier. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Stroud on 3rd down now. That'll be taken in by Darby. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Falcons, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.